A driver dangerously drives a potentially stolen car through Los Angeles before eventually abandoning the car and attempting a bizarre escape on foot. Los Angeles, California. Friday evening, August 16, 2024. The driver of a potentially stolen vehicle drove dangerously through the Los Angeles area, making sharp turns and driving on the wrong side of the road, before eventually abandoning the car and awkwardly trying to escape on foot. Shortly before 5 p.m. Friday, as the suspect drove erratically through Englewood and surrounding areas. Law enforcement did not pursue the driver, but the suspect continued to weave in and out of traffic and drive at high speeds on surface streets. Eventually, the driver stopped and abandoned the vehicle near Compton Avenue and East 92nd Street in Watts. A woman got out of the car and began walking and running in the neighborhood in an attempt to escape. At one point, she appeared to try to hitchhike passing drivers, but no one stopped. The driver of a potentially stolen vehicle was driving dangerously through Los Angeles. She later entered an apartment complex a few blocks away and tried to hide, but police detained her a few minutes later. The suspect was taken to the hospital.
It's scary. Ooh. Over onto Imperial Highway, you could see him cutting off that cross traffic. A really wild move right there as he makes his way now westbound on Imperial Highway. He's paralleling the 105 freeway here. We'll see if he finds an opportunity to get on the freeway. No, he's going to a McDonald's parking lot. Another parking lot. No real reason to cut through here. He had Imperial Highway basically to himself, coming around the wrong way through the drive-through to come out onto Hawthorne Boulevard, now northbound Hawthorne Boulevard here, as he continues to meander through here. Again, to your point, David, these all really appear to be last-minute random decisions. And look at him just weaving across these surface streets. He's not getting away from anybody. He's just, creating a hazard for himself and for everybody around him. But there's really no pressure on you. You can't overestimate just how reckless this is and how senseless it is, because there's just nobody that's really a threat to him. Again, unless he's putting on a show for somebody else, if he's streaming this or if he's enjoying tracking himself online, you just don't know what is the mental capacity of this driver. Exactly right. Now making a right turn, high speeds into oncoming lanes of traffic down Lenox Boulevard, and now he's really ramping things up here through the LAX area. He's actually traveling away from LAX. We're going to cross over the freeway here in just a minute, but you can see him now speeding, going the wrong way on Lenox Boulevard. If we widen out, you can see there's nobody coming in his direction, but that could change on a dime here. Now coming southbound Prairie off of Lenox, around all of that traffic at 108th Street, continuing now southbound on Prairie Avenue. Now he's doing a circle in this area. He's going to complete a giant loop as he approaches the 105 freeway. He's going to come back towards Imperial Highway. Once again, as you can see him coming back towards us, we are looking north. He's traveling southbound along Prairie Avenue, and you now see the windshield wipers coming on. So what's going on in his head is really an open question mark. Is he under the influence? Is he, what is going on here? Because nothing here is making any sense. Look at these wild right turns. I'm sorry, that was a left turn, a wild left turn there. For no reason at all. And that helicopter right there is the only law enforcement that has eyes on this suspect. Inches. Oh!
Long way, almost, boy, almost ran into that car.
Yeah, oncoming lanes there. You see almost a head-on collision there for a second. Now he's back onto Yukon Avenue, going back in the northbound direction. And this is getting scarier by the minute. You have no idea what is going through his head. We see a lot of random decisions being made here for no good reason whatsoever. And I can't believe that we aren't seeing any. Look at that. Just a really close call there, at least the third or fourth close call in the last couple of minutes here. There's a bicyclist about to cross over 111th there. He's continuing northbound Yukon through that red light. Now he's just really not obeying any of these signs, lights. Forget about it. He is off. I mean, he This is a street that parallels the 110 freeway. It's a very narrow service street, and you can see him. He's going to come up on. He's going to be forced to make the left here. This is. There's a few dead ends over here, so if he doesn't know where he's going, he could end up locked into a cul-de-sac or something like that. He's got the window down. He's got the visor down, so you really can't see him, but he still has those windshield wipers
He's got his phone
going.
in his right
looks
hand.
like he might be on the phone.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes. He's holding it.
That's probably why he hasn't stopped those windshield wipers from moving, because his hands are occupied. One's on the steering wheel, the other one's on his phone. And yeah,
you
he's
might
busy.
be able to see better than me, David. Is he looking at the phone, or is he
on and off?
He looks like he's moving. I don't know if that's.
The first shot, the one where he got a good shot, he was definitely thumbing something on his phone, and trying to steer at the same time.
94th and Main Street, crossing Main, down 94th, continuing. Look at the damage there on the passenger side, and it almost makes you wonder whether that was there or whether he has done that. Most likely, I'm going to go out on a limb. This is purely a guess. Probably an impact that he made during the course of this pursuit, but for all I know, I mean, this was, again, that's not his vehicle, so we just don't know. But the driving that we've seen here, we've seen so many close calls. We just haven't made an actual visual of him actually coming in contact with any other vehicles, but he's continuing these random turns now in an entirely different neighborhood, where in the Southwest Division of LAPD's jurisdiction, just to the west of the 110 freeway, still, I'm sorry, Southeast Division, I should say, Southeast, pardon me. Still, though, no sign of any black and whites, but what you do see here is a lot of people crossing the road, going about their day without any anticipation of this guy flying down these narrow streets here. Once again, crossing Avalon Boulevard with cross traffic, continuing to speed through these residential neighborhoods. And at this point, you just hope he runs out of gas at this point.
We're all on edge, Chris, right? But I did want to ask you, so no black and whites tailing him, but what about the chopper? Is there a law enforcement chopper overhead?
Yeah, California Highway Patrol still has eyes on him. They are still calling out the location, and back at dispatch, there is back at the station, somebody is watching and ready to make that decision. You have multiple jurisdictions, though. You have California Highway Patrol. They're watching this very carefully. They have a helicopter over the suspect. You also have LA County Sheriff's Department with their own decision makers at the helm. They're watching it go through their jurisdiction. And then you have LAPD, who is watching this madman drive through the streets of Southeast LA in LAPD's jurisdiction. So you have any number of agencies here on top of some of the smaller ones that we've traveled through, like Englewood just a moment ago, where anybody can make the decision to engage with this suspect, get units in the area, try and set up for a spike strip if they have the opportunity. There you see, he's rolled up that window. He's got the phone in his hand, the phone in his right hand, using his left hand to steer the vehicle, making wild, random turns, continuing as he goes over the double yellow lines here, a whole line of traffic on 92nd Street at a red light. And you can see traffic is starting to pick up here as he makes his way down, going the wrong way on 92nd. Folks pulling over to make way for this guy as he continues to speed through Southeast LA without anybody's safety in mind here. This is just so dangerous.
And traffic is only going to get worse. It's what, just a few minutes after 5 p.m. on a Friday? A lot more people will be hitting the roads in their cars on their commute home.
Yeah, I mean, occasionally he's found some empty roads, but overall, there's a lot of traffic out on this Friday afternoon, and you can see him occasionally encountering that traffic. And in this position, he's actually forced to stop. Look at him.
He's getting out.
Getting out, dumping the vehicle in the middle of the street.
Or she.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
It's a woman jumping out of the vehicle with a backpack, now running for it, but there's nobody behind her. There's nobody behind her. She's just dumped that vehicle, a stolen Kia Soul, in the middle of the road, and now she is just going for a jog as if nothing ever happened. And without anybody in the vicinity, she could very well hide out easily if she found the right hiding spot here. But she's just going to jog up Compton Avenue here on the sidewalk. We're going to follow her each and every move here, but on foot, they have an excellent opportunity to try and get some law enforcement in the area to get this woman into custody. She is a real danger to the community, and I sure hope we we see this end, you know, with an arrest here, because she's got to be taken off the road.
Absolutely.
Well, and you would think that law enforcement is mobilized to sort of, you know, get in there as quickly as possible. Now that if we can see her, the law enforcement shopper can.
Oh, they're
see
watching
her.
as well.
Yeah.
They're very identifiable with the white pants and the jersey shirt or whatever that is. And then she's not gonna run too fast. I mean, she's already kind of getting gassed, so you could tell she's really tired.
That's the ironic thing. That's the ironic thing about it. She thinks she's just. What is she trying to do here?
She's hitchhiking.
Stop.
A hitchhike turned into a carjacking.
Come on, really? This is unbelievable. This is out of control. I mean, what is she going to do? She has no idea how many eyes are on her. She thinks she's going for a Friday afternoon stroll down Compton Avenue. She's about to be rudely awoken here if she continues. If she tries to hitchhike or carjack somebody, this is going to take a much different turn. Look at her stopping traffic, trying to get a ride, looking at her hands, trying to beg for a ride as she continues walking up Compton. This is unbelievable. This is incredible.
This might be a first to see a pursuit suspect then get out of the car and then try to hitchhike.
Does she not hear the choppers?
Well, she's probably
she must.
She
must.
Multiple choppers, and but you know, I'm so fascinated to see if law enforcement decides to pick this person up, or is she just going to walk and walk and walk? Where is she from? What's her story?
I'm sorry, Highway Patrol and LAPD. LAPD and CHP, two separate black and whites, now pulling up to this apartment building. And if they can get eyes on her, they'll be in a better position here. Otherwise,